presence was like a blade. It cut, but it confirmed. I knew it wasn't being cared for, but the touch felt like shelter. Because the silence of your absence, it was a desert without any noise. I've gotten used to crumbs, calling remnants of affection. Any sign of his return, it was worth more than the whole thing. It wasn't love, it was restraint. It wasn't lust, it was dependence. I accepted the open wound just so I don't have to face the absence. His touch captivated me more than his absence. Even though it hadn't made me stay, the presence hurt my chest, but the emptiness wouldn't let me move. His touch captivated me more than his absence. It was a prison disguised as a home. Sometimes champagne, it seems less cruel than nothing in the air. When you went, you took the ground with you. I would stand motionless without direction. Time stood still behind the closed door, and I was negotiating with loneliness. I promised myself it was the last time, but any sign would break the agreement. Because the minimum hope, it always seemed better than total and silent abandonment. I wasn't asking for complete love, I just asked not to disappear. Because learning to live without you, it seemed harder than suffering. It wasn't simple weakness, it was the fear of feeling nothing. Sometimes the heart chooses pain just so I don't die in the middle of the night. His touch captivated me more than his absence. Even though it wasn't much, I stayed there. It wasn't affection, it was anesthesia. So I don't have to face the end of myself. His touch captivated me more than his absence. It was an unequal agreement. I accepted less of everything just so I don't have to face total emptiness. One day I realized that I was waiting, not because of you, but because I feel it. Anything that would prove that I was still here. It wasn't you who held me captive, it was the fear of being alone. I called it love addiction to avoid admitting the path. I didn't love you like I used to. I only feared freedom because living without this pain, it required real when to speak, what step to take, when to stop. The line moved in silence and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I saw downcast eyes, hunchbacks, the rush to fit in, they called it order. I used to call it erasing when I stepped out of the painted line. The ground trembled beneath my feet. It wasn't enough courage, it was a sudden lack of air. I didn't ask for a seat at the table, not even a blessing to exist. When obedience becomes imprisonment, to evade is to survive. I learned to live outside the queue, when no one comes to guide me. Exclusion has become territory, which I myself learned to master. I learned to live outside the queue. No applause, no forgiveness. Kneeling was easier, but I chose solitude. While they were counting other people's steps, I measured my own floor, each rule that they followed. I saw it turn into containment. They called my silence a failure, my distance from desertion. But those who live on the margins by choice get to know the direction better. It wasn't escape, it was refusal to play the same role. I prefer to carry the weight rather than living under a carousel. They fear those who don't expect them, those who don't ask to pass, because whoever learns to walk alone, it will not realize. I learned to live outside the queue, where there is no one to blame. The fall is my responsibility, and victory, that's my place. I learned to live outside the queue, where the price is to exist. But who would trade obedience for truth? You can never pretend again. I was called a problem because I refused to be a pawn. If that makes me a threat, so let that be the sentence. Isolation didn't break me, he taught me to stay. Those who learn to listen to their own voice, you don't need a crowd to walk. I don't follow printed maps, not even promises of protection. My path begins with risk, and it ends up in my head. I learned to live outside the queue, and today I'm not asking for a seat. Those who choose the margins out of conscience, you'll never learn to bend over again. I learned to choose the fire. Faith does not prevent combustion. When you love knowing the risk, the scar becomes confirmation. I don't regret falling, I regret pretending to be in control. When the fall is consented to, pain also chooses its name. Loving you was signing my own downfall. And today I don't deny who I was. I wanted the abyss awake, and he fulfilled it. Loving you was signing my own downfall. There was no betrayal of fate, only the exact consequence for having chosen danger. Today I look back without denying it, nor should we romanticize what hurt. Some falls are not accidents, these are decisions. What do we do knowing exactly what we've lost? From an early age I was taught the line, the exact size to exist. They said walk straight, don't question, as if living were simply about following. Each rule came as advice, but it sounded like restraint. They call pruning discipline and fear of orientation. Tried to wear what they gave me, but nothing about me fit, because every prefabricated form, it always left something of me out and bled. It wasn't gratuitous rebellion, it was a survival instinct. When life begins to feel like suffocation, disobedience leads to awareness. I wasn't born to fit into your mold. I wasn't made to be reduced. Every rule that kills identity, she doesn't deserve to be obeyed here. I wasn't born to fit into your mold. I wasn't born to hide. If living requires me to erase myself, so I prefer to learn how to break free. I saw talents being stifled so as not to threaten the standard. I saw dreams being ridiculed in the name of adaptation. They call courage recklessness, deviation creativity, but every idea that they pruned, it was something alive trying to be born within me. They asked for calm when I wanted fire. They asked for silence when I wanted to speak. Because those who think outside the box, it's always annoying when all you know how to do is give orders. It's not an order when it diminishes you. It's not the way when it erases you. Any rule that requires you to disappear, it only exists to protect those in power. I wasn't born to fit into your mold. I wasn't made to live confined. What they call deviation, it's just someone who hasn't been tamed yet. I wasn't born to fit into your mold. I'm not going to ask for permission to be. My identity doesn't fit into boxes, which only serve to trap me. If that bothers me, so I accept the name. I prefer to be conscious of conflict than an obedient request. I didn't come here to repeat speeches, nor should we carry prepackaged truths. My path is built on risk, where we'll confront. They need me to adjust, because they don't support expansion. But those who are born outside the mold, it was never meant to fit in a container. I wasn't born to fit into your mold, and I'm not going to apologize for being anything that grows beyond expectations. It frightens those who make a living by containing it. I wasn't born to fit into your mold. My way is decision. If existence requires rupture, so I break up without hesitation. Today I'm not asking you to understand, even if they approve of who I am. Those who live outside the mold, he was born free, and all he had to do was remember. When you came, something inside me ached, but at least the room was breathing. His presence was like a blade. It cut, but it confirmed. I knew it wasn't being cared for, but the touch felt like shelter, because the silence of your absence, it was a desert without any noise. I've gotten used to crumbs, calling remnants of affection. Any sign of his return, it was worth more than the whole thing. It wasn't love, it was restraint. It wasn't us, it was dependence. I accepted the open because I feel it. Anything that would prove that I was still the fear of being alone. I called it love addiction to avoid admitting the path. I didn't love you like I used to. I only feared freedom because living without this pain, it required real courage. His touch captivated me more than his absence. But today I know the real price. No affection that demands crumbs. In the end, it's worth more than simply existing. His touch captivated me more than his absence because I was afraid to go. But staying was costing me dearly, more than learning from. Today, the silence still weighs heavily, but it doesn't paralyze me anymore. I prefer to face the entire void rather than living in prison. A touch that was never peace. They told me where to stay, when to speak, what step to take, when to stop. The line moved in silence, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I saw downcast eyes, hunchbacks, the rush to fit in, they called it order. I used to call it erasing. When I stepped out of the painted line, the ground trembled beneath my feet. It wasn't enough courage, it was a sudden lack of it. I didn't ask for a seat at the table, not even a blessing to exist. not even promises of protection. My path begins with risk, and it ends up in my head. I learned to live outside the queue, and today I'm not asking for a seat. Those who choose the margins out of conscience, you'll never learn to bend over again. I learned to live outside the queue, where will is law. If it exists, it demands confrontation. So I confront and I stand up. Today the line keeps moving without noticing that I didn't return. Those who live waiting for permission, you never understand why I chose to be king of my own space. I saw the abyss in your smile before the first touch existed. Every promise came with a warning, but I chose not to give up. It was no surprise, it was signed in shaky but truthful handwriting. I knew the delivery price, and even so I wanted to pay. You never hear the chaos, I never pretended not to see. When the fall is announced, jumping is also a choice. Don't call it a mistake, not even due to lack of vision. I knew exactly where would the heart tread. Loving you was signing my own downfall with full awareness of the end. It wasn't innocence, it was desire to feel everything. Even so, loving you was signing my own downfall, trading stability for intensity. Some loves don't ask for a future, they only demand to live until ruin becomes reality. Each night was an accepted risk, each lap a bigger bet. I used to call addiction a feeling, and he called the pain burning. You didn't promise permanence, I wasn't asking for protection. Two bodies searching for fire in a deal with no salvation. While others called it madness, I called it brutal lucidity. Because the worst lie about love is pretending you don't know the ending. It wasn't fate that held me captive, it was a decision made without illusion. Sometimes the heart chooses to fall just to feel something real. Then loving you was signing my own downfall, and still wanna stay. There are pleasures that only exist when you accept that you can't escape. Loving you was signing my own downfall. No redemption contract, I traded my secure tomorrow for a moment that set reason ablaze. I didn't ask you to change, I don't blame who you are. It was my fault for believing that I would have come out unscathed if I had faith. But faith does not save those who choose the fire. Faith does not prevent combustion. When you love knowing the risk, the sky becomes confirmation. I don't regret falling, I regret pretending to be in control. When the fall is consented to, pain also chooses as not to threaten the standard. I saw dreams being ridiculed in the name of adaptation. They call courage recklessness, deviation creativity. But every idea that they proved, it was something alive trying to be born within me. They asked for calm when I wanted fire. They asked for silence when I wanted to speak. Because those who think outside the box, it's always annoying when all you know how to do is give orders. It's not an order when it diminishes you. It's not the way when it erases you. Any rule that requires you to disappear, it only exists to protect those in power. I wasn't born to fit into your mold. I wasn't made to live confined. What they call deviation, it's just someone who hasn't been tamed yet. I wasn't born to fit into your mold. I'm not going to ask for permission to be. My identity doesn't fit into boxes, which only serve to trap me. If that bothers me, so I accept the name. I prefer to be conscious of conflict than an obedient request. I didn't come here to repeat speeches, nor should we